All right, today we are here with Maria Gonzales, also known as Mortgage Maria, here today talking with us at Vandrews Media. Maria, how are you doing?
I'm good. And now I have a new term, matchmaker Maria as well.
Matchmaker Maria. I think I already know, but for those that don't know you, Maria, tell everybody out there what it is that you do and why you have those two nicknames.
Okay, great. So I am a licensed realtor in the state of Texas and also a residential mortgage loan originator. So I've been a mortgage loan originator for the past 24 years and recently just expanded my resume to include real estate services. So with the mortgage industry, I'm known as Mortgage Maria. And with the real estate industry, I am now Matchmaker Maria, matching you to your perfect home.
Well, that is that's quite funny. I don't know too many people, sorry, in adulthood that have nicknames. I know as kids we all had nicknames, right? But I think it's really great when somebody can carry a nickname into their adult life and and just keep it going. I think it's great for marketing, right? So the
Yeah.
fact that you have those two things going for you, I give you your props and I give you your kudos there. Um, so let's talk about real estate as a whole because it seems like now you do everything in the real
Mhm.
estate space, right?
Yeah.
But talk to me about the current climate of real estate here in the South Texas, Houston, and surrounding areas.
Okay. Well, when you say that, you mean like the market in our area?
Yeah, just like how are things going? I mean, I know that a few years ago it was like the Wild West. It was the gold rush. We go through these
Yeah.
ups and these downs. So give me your take on the current state of the real estate market.
It's definitely different than, houses when they were on the market for a couple hours and then get sold. We're not in that time frame anymore. So for future listeners, this is 2024, July of 2024. And the market right now, there's just so much. The current market is really based on the location. Different parts of Texas are doing different things. I would say we're stable to slightly declining. So homes are staying on the market a little bit longer, selling for a little bit less than what they're listed at. So in my opinion, it's a great time for buyers to buy.
Nice, nice. When you see, because I don't know anything about real estate, like I'm a renter, I don't own my own home right now or anything like that. But um, when we see the home prices declining, is that ever indicative of anything bad, or is it just kind of like, I mean, why does that eventually start to happen?
Well, it's like the circle of life, right? You know what's going to happen in the next stage of someone's life. With the market, it's very much the same way. There's always triggering factors that make the market change, right? And so we know that we're going to have a seller's market and we know that we're going to have a buyer's market. And there are several factors that come into play on why that changes. And so previously back in, COVID days, in 2020 it was a seller's market. I mean, they could list their house, people were overpaying for homes, and now we have seen the offset of that. So now it's more of, I don't know that it's completely a buyer's market because some homes are selling and selling at list price, but it's definitely a little more favorable for buyers than it was previously.
Gotcha. Um, in terms of like, I guess your own opinion, what are the best time? Like, is it better when it is a seller's market versus a buyer's market, or is it better when it's kind of just like right in the middle and like things are selling for their asking prices and things are selling smoothly? Like, what's your take on that?
So for buyers, it's always best to be able to purchase whenever sellers are having to take less. When homes are staying on the market a little bit longer than what a seller would like. Maybe you have a seller who lives out of state and they need to sell that property, then you're going to get a better deal on that than, a home in a seller's market where, it's been on the market for a day and they have five offers. So absolutely. Now for sellers to sell, obviously you want to sell in a seller's market, but that's just not the case. People, sellers and buyers, they have different situations, circumstances. They may have had an employment change or some reason why they have to sell, or a reason why they have to buy, like relocations or divorces. And in those cases, regardless of what market we're in, the transaction has to take place.
Sure. No, I totally get that. Um, Kind of transitioning to like more of the mortgage side of things. I know like the big, I don't know if it's a scare factor or whatever for anybody, but we're talking about high, mortgage rates or interest rates or whatever. What's the current status of that, and what's the climate look like right now?
I always think that's so funny when everyone's like,
I
rates are
have no
so high.
idea. You're talking to
No,
a
I mean,
moron over here. So
they are higher than what they were, right? But so I've been doing this since the year 2000, and there were times that we had interest rates that were double digits, but prices of homes were a lot less.
mhm.
So, currently where we are today, rates tend to be, and again, this is July of 2024. So whenever, if a future listener is listening to this, it could be different at that time. And in fact, they change daily. Rates change on a regular
Like a
basis.
stock
When
market.
the yes,
Yeah.
when the stock market is open, and they're trading, and if all of that takes into account for mortgage rates, right? So there are so many factors: economic conditions, central banking policies, inflation rates, global financial markets. Like, there's so many factors of what goes into an interest rate. And so today, they're right around the six or sevens depending on the program. We're hoping to see a decrease at the end of 2024.
Okay. Okay. Well, that is at least a little bit of a positive, I guess, for some people who
Yeah.
might be worried about that, right?
Yes.
Um, in terms of from again, just talking about the mortgage stuff, uh, I think what happens with a lot of educational needs inside of this, especially for like first time home buyers and different things like that, is that the type of mortgage and loan that they can get, right? So again, I've been through this process where we planned on buying one time, my wife and I, um, got a little bit of education on it, but for those that don't know anything about the different types of loans out there, can you expand on what kind of the most popular ones are like right now, and
Oh,
what a lot of people are kind of being put into?
yeah, absolutely. So, well, loan types, we offer VA financing, FHA, conventional, jumbo, USDA, college loan, bank statement loans, relocation, single family residence, condos, townhomes. More than
You guys
likely,
offer
if you're looking,
everything.
yeah, if you're looking for something, more than likely we've got it. I would say the most popular loans are first time home buyers. And then also VA financing for veterans.
Mm,
This is a benefit that they've earned, and it's really rewarding to, be able to assist them and take an advantage of their benefits. So working with a VA specialist who really understands the ins and outs of VA financing is key. So those are some two pretty popular programs.
gotcha. Are there particular reasons why somebody is more geared or tailored towards being, I don't want to say stuck with a particular one, but like, or forced into it, but like that might be their only option. What are the reasons that somebody might be only able to get one type of loan? Like, what are the factors that determine what kind of loan you fit in?
Well, we look at their financial situation, and that includes, income, assets, credit, credit trade lines. There's a lot of factors that go into place, right? And so one individual may qualify for five different products, but one product may be better or more favorable than the other. So we really look at everything as a whole. If you qualify for more than one, we give you what all the options are. We show them to you on paper, and then we allow you to analyze it and make the best decision for you.
Gotcha. So not necessarily shifting gears because I think this is mortgage and real estate agent related
Yeah.
question, but what are some things that home buyers, whether they're first time home buyers or they're buying their third or fourth or 10th home, whatever it might be,
Yeah.
what are some
And
things
we
that
help
they
with all of those.
what are some things that people should consider right now given the climate, or just trends or things that you're noticing?
Well, always prepare. Looking at your financial situation early is the best advice that I could give. Whether you're ready to buy or you don't believe that you are, just having an expert outline the requirements in order to purchase makes the process a smooth one. And it helps everyone involved to just really understand where you're at.
Gotcha. Okay. So I know that you're new to the real estate agent side of things here.
Yeah.
Since this is so new for you, how has that experience been like so far? I mean, I know that you're super newly licensed. Have you sold any homes yet?
I have not.
Yeah.
Actually, I just got licensed. And so it's really exciting because, again, I've been in the mortgage side for 24 years and I've always read contracts, I've read title, I know how to read appraisals, but actually writing a contract, I've never done that. So that's
Mm.
exciting to be able to learn. I have a really good mentor and a great team. So this weekend, actually, we went out. Not this weekend, it was yesterday, 4th of July.
No, there
I
you go.
was out doing a home tour. And so I have some buyers that I've worked with for the past 2 years. They had some credit challenges, and I've been working with them. They're at the point now where they're ready to buy, and it's really rewarding. So we went out, we did a tour. I actually have some video. I'm going to be posting it. It's really exciting to be able to walk that journey and to go into these properties to understand, does it have a sprinkler system,
Yeah.
or what type of inspections are you going to need? So those are things that typically happen before it would come to me as the mortgage loan originator.
Right. Um,
So it's been cool.
so for somebody either in following in like the footsteps that you did, where you went from, loan officer to being a realtor, or if somebody was, maybe a realtor looking into getting into the other side, what would you say are like, why is that advantageous to be able to be in both realms at the same time?
Yeah, there's some great advantages. It simplifies the process for the buyer, right? So for a buyer, to have one team, one point of contact, it helps them. Buying a house is very complex. There's a lot of moving parts, different factors involved, and to be able to have one team, one point of contact that brings, buyers and sellers a peace of mind, and they to me, I feel like it just really helps simplifies things and brings them peace of mind, knowing they have a great team to support them.
Yeah, I never really kind of thought about it. I've sold a home once, about
Mhm,
2 years ago, but I was in a different state,
mhm.
from some stuff that was passed down to me. And the process actually, once we like was like accepted the offer or whatever, like it was honestly, it wasn't too hard. But everything kind of happened in the shadows, and I just had to take like this one person's word for everything. And it was a little weird, but
Mhm.
I could understand that, how simplifying the process and just talking to one person, but getting the knowledge of what's going on both sides. I can see how that would, I would much rather work with somebody in that realm
Mhm.
than the other way around. Um,
Yeah. And
but
we really personalize our services. So that's one thing. What you mentioned is, really being in the know of what's going on and understanding each step and what to expect of what's coming next. Having a team to walk you through that and one point of contact is so nice. And it's something that we get a lot of feedback on that everyone is happy with,
yeah, I bet you're,
just on the mortgage side. So
sure,
now to even have it on
sure.
the real estate side to combine is going to be great.
Yeah. Um, so you kind of touched on this a little bit in terms of how I think this question might be answered, but it's definitely going to depend on where the house is. But what's kind of the average market listing price for, I would say, an average, single family home right now?
I'd say currently in Texas, the average sales price is right around 330. It also depends on which area you're looking to
Of
buy.
course.
But I would say 333 to 350 is typically the standard average price.
Gotcha. And does that seem far out of the realm of kind of what it's been in recent years and, kind of forecasted for the future? I mean, to me, that sounds about right in the pocket of what a 3 or 4 bedroom house, might end up being.
Yeah, I would say, couple of years back, you could find a house, for right around 200,000.
Hmm.
It's jumped up to now we're, at 330. But again, between, you know, 2014 to now, we had the 2020 market where everyone was overpaying. So that shot values up.
Yeah.
And so, I'm sure that the average sales price definitely is tied into those years, jumping everything up.
Yeah. So I have a question that I didn't kind of have as part of my gambit of the things that I wanted to talk about today, but and you might not be able to answer this all the way yet, right? Because you haven't had all of the experience in the home in the real estate agent side of things, right?
Yeah.
But one thing that I hear across the internet a lot is the rate at which they're building new homes these days.
Mm,
uh
hmm.
it seems to be a less quality home that people are getting.
Yeah.
And I was just curious to what you might have to say about, some stuff like that.
Well, I have a whole lot of opinions about new builds. Some good, some bad. But honestly, it really is up to the buyer to be okay with the quality of the home. They get the inspections, they see what the, cabinets are made of, flooring is, and, really understanding, what they use, what products they use, and is the quality good enough for the buyer standards? And if so, then it's a good buy.
Yeah.
Some builders use great quality, some builders do not use great quality, but ultimately it's the buyer's decision on what they believe quality is.
Yeah. No, I mean that's a good point. I don't know exactly where I fall in that category. Like I feel like for peace of mind's sake, I'd rather buy a 10-year-old house or whatever if I knew it was built with, at a better time in our society or whatever, whereas, I'm out here in the Katy area and it's literally like every corner that you see, there's just a new subdivision going up. And it's like, there's no way they make these things in 6 months and they're going to last a hurricane. Like I just don't see that that's going to
Yeah.
happen. But
Texas is one of the fastest growing states for new builds.
yeah.
I don't remember a while back, Mortgage Mike and I, and for those that don't know, Mortgage Mike is my husband. We were, reading a blog and it talked about new builds in Texas and how we were the leading state. And I don't remember exactly what the percentage was, but it was huge and significant compared to other states on, how many new builds that we have going up on a regular basis. I was just informed, recently that here in, Conroe Willis area, that, one of our builders purchased this huge amount of acreage and they're developing. And
Mm,
so, it's sad to see all the beautiful, nature, trees and all the beautiful things, die, but that's
yeah.
just kind of where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of sad to see in some regards, but there's they can forecast so many people moving here for political reasons, for whatever it might be, right? We have a lot of influx into our state and we know that, but we gotta have somewhere to put everybody, right?
Yeah.
So people are going to capitalize on that where they can, and I think that's a smart thing. But one question that I really wanted to get to for this conversation
Oh, what is
was
it?
was so I was just coming out of high school when the '07-'08 collapse happened, right? So I wasn't like, it didn't really affect me because like I still
My
lived at
gosh, I'm
home
so
and
old. You were
all
just
of that.
coming out of high
I was
school?
just coming out of high school. So that didn't really affect me, but do you see forecast or like have we seen shades of that in any particular part of the market? And what do you think the future holds for the housing industry?
What a loaded question. I mean, I hope that we never see another collapse like we did in '08. Our industry changed significantly back in '08. I wish I had a crystal ball to know the future. But I do know this. I've been in the industry since the year 2000, so before the historical 2008 collapse. And as a real estate investor, I never lost any income on a home sale.
Hmm.
So regardless of what the market does, if you buy wisely, if you buy or sell and you're working with a great team and you do your research, you don't have to lose money on real estate. You can use it as you can use moments like that as a time to invest properly.
Yeah. No, well, that's good. I mean, you have, I'm sure you put a lot of assurances in, or rest easiness into people
Mhm.
with that answer there. So I appreciate that. But uh getting back into kind of your new real estate agent mode that you're in. What's the number one thing that you can do right now to help people in their home buying process journey?
Get pre-approved. It all starts with a conversation. You never know where you are in the process. I've worked with individuals who thought that they were ready to buy right now and they weren't. And I've worked with others who thought that they were not ready to buy and they closed within 30 days of our conversation. So, and then also in the event that you're unable to purchase, we don't just tell you no. We provide you with the roadmap of where you need to go, how to get to be a homeowner. If you follow the map, you will get to the closing table, and it's a group effort, so it's not something that I can just do. I can provide you with the roadmap, but you have to part, right?
Right. Yeah.
And if you do, it's really rewarding for everyone involved. And the couple that I was with yesterday showing properties, they've put the work in. Not everyone does. I mean, I could say this year, I don't know, I've probably given 25 to 35 maybe individuals a roadmap, and maybe one might do it. They
Mm,
might actually put the work in.
hmm.
And so when you do work with someone who puts the work in, it's so rewarding for everyone involved. So to me, the best advice that I could give to someone who's looking to purchase is start early, get pre-approved, find out where you stand, and start there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think I would wholeheartedly agree with you. I'm going through a pre-approval process for a car right now.
Yeah.
So I understand it, not on a home level, but I understand it. So,
Yeah.
so that's really good. So Maria, again, thank you for, sitting with me today. If anybody wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way that they can go about doing that?
Well, we are on all social media platforms under Mortgage Masters of Texas. Facebook is probably the most common way to get in touch with us. I know that's like an old people's app, but that is where we are at Facebook on Mortgage Masters of Texas. We have better response times on there. That's the platform we're comfortable with. Or they can, contact us online at mortgagemastersoftexas.com.
Awesome. Well, I will make sure that when this video does go up on YouTube, I will make sure that I put links for your website and social medias there for everybody else to have easy access to that. So, Maria, thank you so much for being a part of this with me today. I hope that
Thank
we
you.
can definitely do this again and maybe go a little bit more granular on maybe a specific topic that you really want to delve
Sure.
into. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Credit would be a great one.
Oh, there we go. Next time that you guys see Maria, we're gonna be talking about credit. So,
Yeah.
so that's good. Well, I appreciate your time again, and thanks so much, Maria.
Thank you, Evan.
Yep.